True story. So I'm having a better than average day. My tips are adding up. I reached my tip goal about an hour ago and everything else is surplus. I feel like I squeezed 1 or 2 more tables in before my shift is up. Then guess what? I'm in luck. My round top is sat with 3 gentlemen. One wore a so-so gray suit. The second wore a white shirt and paisley tie. The third wore Ivy League sweats. I surmise from these 3 guys, 15 to 20 bucks at best.
Assume the position.
So as I'm making my approach and I'm rehearsing my nouns and verbs, I step to the table, pull out my pad and say, "Hello, I'm Derrick, and I'll be your servant." So as I stood there, they sat there as if I wasn't there. I perpetrated an interest in their conversation to camouflage my embarrassment. Now it appeared to me that the Ivy League had a business on the verge of collapse. All these credit lines had reached their max, all this bottom line was stained with red ink, no trace of black, and to top it all off, the company Suburban was 2 weeks from going back. In a word for this man's business, it was a wrap. So for 45 seconds they ignored me, which allowed me to soak in their discussion until my subdued anger started bubbling, pushing my adrenaline to a rush, and I gave a less than subtle You should have seen them jerk their heads. I looked each guy square in the eye just before I said, "You know, there's a direct correlation between the morale of those employed and an employer's financial expectations."
Assume the position.
Yeah. He said, "Excuse me if I'm my bad, I messed me up with that." He said, "Bravo. What'd you say your name was? Cedric? I must say, I'm impressed. I'd expect so much less from an everyday average run-of-the-mill waitress. Or in your particular case, the grown man wearing the apron."
Assume the position.
I said, "Forgive me, sir, if I'm respectfully amused. It's always cool to see the generalizations and views of those like you, born with silver spoons. Now let's talk about this apron, or better yet, the beast beneath, and all the things compiling me into what you fail to see. Now, sir, if there ever were a client that had the breath to breathe, I'm capable of convincing he or she that my product is what they need if their efforts are to succeed. And I've done this repeatedly with a full array of things from washers, dryers, to microwaves, to cell phones and accessories, some merchandise that required keys, TVs before plasma screens, CDs, DVDs, gasoline, even blue diamonds in packs of 3. I have a phone number for you if you ever locked away, and an address for you if you care to repair. I've starred in stage plays and dated DAs and sold tickets to my own events. I've worked construction project for Omnicorp. My subcontractors in Indiana. Call up Kenny and ask about his memory of the Yellow John Henry and my hammer, or my 12 to 15-hour day stamina. Show me a blueprint, I'll build or dismantle it. Kenny said he would quit smoking cancer sticks if it was true I was merely an amateur. And by the way, if there's a product that you need shipped across the continental United States, now I'm not talking weight, I'm talking freight. And that's about 2 or 3 phone calls away. Have it shipped from when you sit to LA, through Alabama, and land right back here in GA. And I said, "Sir, I have changed rims, oil, transmission, and radiator fluid. Any chore you place before me, I assure you I can do it. I may tiptoe till I get used to it, but eventually run through it, build a monument to it, so that naysayers like you may view it. Place your bets and lose it, simply because I strive for perfection in every endeavor. Whether 80 degrees sunny or tornadic weather, I weather forever." Now, circumstances in and out of my control have led to me standing here before you taking your order. Did y'all catch that? Circumstances in and out of my control have led to me standing here before you taking your order. The same circumstances levied upon you will have you likely committing suicide, or at least on the brink. So next time, don't leap. At the first conclusion, your eyes say think. Now, the 3 of you could usually use a brew. In the light of his business news, how about a round of something stronger to drink? Assume the position. Y'all feel that? We have a heck of a show for you tonight.